Hello, good morning students, and once again back to another video of magnetic effects of electric current. In the previous video we studied how a magnet can also apply a force on a current carrying conductor because they both have magnetic field, so the force is felt on the conductor as well. So it's not just the current that applies the force on the magnet. If there is a magnet which is strong enough and it is kept fixed, then it can also apply the force on the conductor as well. Okay, so in this video we are going to study the concept and the working of electric motor, which is one of the most important parts of our daily life, okay, and how it works on the previous topic. So electric motor works on the principle that we studied yesterday, and the principle is that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then it experiences force. I repeat the statement once again. When current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then it experiences force. That is the principle of the working of electric motor. Okay. So let me explain it to you. This is the north pole of a strong magnet, south pole of another magnet. So we have taken two strong magnets and placed them a little bit apart. And between it we have a coil. So for simplicity purpose, coil is basically the wrap around of a wire or a conductor many circular turns, but in this case we are only taking just one turn for our understanding purpose. And this coil is now connected to this circular part over here. These are known as slip discs. Okay, these are known as slip discs, which are then connected to this part, that is carbon brushes P and Q. Okay, these carbon brushes are then connected to a battery. So what happens is, the current passes through the battery on the carbon brushes and then it goes through the slip disc. Okay. This slip disc is connected to the coil over here, and this coil is freely suspended. It is freely suspended such that it can move around easily. So the current passes through AB, goes to BC, from C to D, and it comes back to Q, and the circuit is completed in this way. Now there is a gap in between. As you can see, this slip disc, they have a gap in between. They are like this. They are not full circle, there is a gap in between. So one of the wires coming from A is connected to one disc, and one of the wires from D is connected to another disc. Okay, so these two are not joined together. So the carbon brushes are just in contact with the slip disc. The carbon brushes P and Q are just in contact with the slip disc. They are not joined together. Okay, they are not connected, they are just touching the disc. Okay, so if this is the disc, that is this one, then Q is just touching the disc so as to provide the current. Now imagine that the current is moving from this part over here, or let's say from A to B. The current passes from P, it goes to A over here, then B to C over here like this, and comes back to Q. This is how the current passes. Now obviously this is the north pole and this is the south pole, so the magnetic field is in this direction. Is in this direction, north to south. Now current is passing through the conductor. We move from A to B. Now where will the conductor move? Okay, we take a book for example. Let's say that we have a book over here. This is the A part, this is the B part, C and D, and the magnetic field is moving this way. Current is coming over here, going this way and passing through D. Magnetic field is this way. We have studied that in order to find the direction of the conductor, we use Fleming's left hand rule. So the first finger is used for magnetic field, right? So magnetic field is from north to south, so we come back to this part over here. So magnetic field is this way. Now current is in this direction, so we move the finger this way. So as you can see, my thumb is pointing downwards. That means this part will go down. Now naturally if this part goes down, then C and D part will come upwards. C and D part will come upwards. Now it starts moving like this. It comes half circle. At this point what happens is this disc lose the contact from P because they are also moving along with the coil. So the disc loses the contact from P. So there is no more current flowing in the coil. However, the coil does not stop. It keeps on moving. It keeps on moving, coming this way. As soon as it comes this way, what happens is this disc over here, it also changes direction like this, and this one now it comes in contact with P. So what happens is, because of this, the direction has changed. This becomes D, this becomes C. This becomes A and this becomes B. So the direction has now changed. So it was like this, it came over here, and now this is D, C, B and A. Now this ring, it comes in P. So once again current starts moving, but now the current moves from this direction once again. So it passes through D and C. Again D and C. So once again if you apply the formula like this, it goes downwards, then again A and B comes in contact, then it again goes downwards, and it keeps on moving. This is how an electric motor works. I repeat once again, because the coil moves at the very first part A and B, this ring also moves along with them, and so what happens is it goes like this, and this ring over here comes in contact with P and the other one comes in contact with Q. So once again current passes through it, but now in the opposite direction, in D to C. Before it was going from A to B, C to D, then it loses the contact, so though no current is passing, but this part comes in contact with the brush P. So the current flows in the opposite direction now in the coil, not from ABCD but DCBA, like this. But once again the direction of current is this way, so it goes downwards. So DC goes down, and once again AB comes in contact. So like before, so again it goes down, then DC comes in contact, then once again AB comes in contact, so it keeps on moving again and again. This is how an electric motor works. I hope it is clear to you, students. If the current is in opposite direction, then obviously if the coil is moving this way, then it will move in the other direction. You can see the current is moving this direction, so I change the direction of the current like this. As you can see, I change the direction of the current going from A, B, C, D like this. So magnetic field is once again this direction, now current is going this way, and the thumb is pointing in upward direction. So if I take a book like this, then in this part over here current is moving this way, so current like this and the thumb on the upward direction, hence the coil moves this way. Once again current moves in this direction, again it gets a jerk and moves on the other side, again like this, and now it keeps on moving in the other direction. I hope it is clear to you, students. It is quite complicated. Watch the video once again so it is clear to you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Have a nice day.